We're live, guys, just so y'all know. Is it showing us?
I'm
Huh?
sideways.
We're sideways. Okay.
Okay, it's right now.
Technical difficulties, as always. But we are here. We are live. Second show. Live. So,
Cindy, scoot in some.
alright. Here we go. So we have a new area, same couch, new area, new background. So we're trying to now get used to the different area and how we're sitting.
To make sure you guys see us correctly.
Okay, and can hear us. We are live here in Louisville, Kentucky. Kind of waiting to see if we get anybody on. I'm trying to get on my YouTube.
We're live here in Louisville, Kentucky. Today is the 15th of June. Right here in Louisville, we recently celebrated a couple of dates. We did the walk for gun violence awareness on
The 6th.
the 6th. Since we last had a session that was done, it took place. The mayor actually made it official.
Yeah, the governor.
The governor.
The governor proclaimed June 6th in Louisville, Kentucky as National Gun Violence Awareness Day. So every June 6th in Kentucky, we want all Kentuckians to put on orange to support the families and
that have been impacted by gun violence
right.
and our co-survivors. So
Even if you're not impacted, you can come and walk and support somebody because, you know, if you haven't lost a child, if you just want to come and support somebody, just put on your orange and come. We're happy to have you walk with us.
And I told my, my followers, I guess on Facebook or whatever, that this is a community. We're a community, and we need to start acting like a community. And so we get together to do these walks to bring awareness to everybody. Not just the hurt, but the impact that lasts on our community because of the gun violence. And while we were there, we had speakers who talked about what they want to do to help change, what we can do to help change, make some changes here. So
together, there was a very large outcome with the 3 different nonprofits, plus there were some other ones, and the community coming together. So
it's gotten bigger every year. And that's what we want to see,
Even
that we don't want to see it, but we want to see more of the community coming out.
you want to see more of the
help
support.
Yes, some
to make people aware, and have conversations on what can we do to help our youth. And unfortunately, it's our youth, the 11 to 18-year-olds that are being impacted.
What I've seen from not participating this particular year, I was there last year and many years before, is that not only is important for the walk to take place, but it's for families that don't know that there's support out here. And so when they wear the orange, people are curious and they ask questions and then they get connected. So that was one of the most impactful takeaways that I saw. People that normally do not go to sessions or know where support is, gathered. They saw 3 organizations coming together for a peaceful walk, and they were able to get information on how they can get connected. And then it also brought other surrounding neighbors into a closer look of how large this epidemic is in our community. And so with a lot of eyes being on this situation, it makes it not just Cindy lost a child or Lisa lost a child. Every person
we lost a child
that was in that walk is affiliated with someone's death because they're walking in memory of. And so I think that's the greatest takeaway that I got from, just being an onlooker, the news and everybody that covered, just what that day meant. And then for Lisa to give me the call and say that it has been acclimated that June 6th is now very important to Louisville, Kentucky. That's a big deal. So we thank our governor
Right.
for.
I want to thank Elgina. Like, she did not participate in the physical walk, but at her house she had an orange.
Sure is.
I have other people. Our viewer from Africa, my friend, she actually put on orange and sent me a picture for that day. It's not national in Africa. One of my friends in London that I speak of, she put on orange that day and released a blue balloon for Dre. Like, we're getting
That's
support.
awesome.
I appreciate, for Dre, and I told her, we're doing a big walk, and she's like, I know you, this is for Dre, I'm releasing a balloon, so I appreciate that. And she's like, she watches us, she's like, I don't know how we can be so strong. Like, we thank the people that are just doing this for us. My mother put on orange that day, in Tennessee. There wasn't a walk down there where she lives, but just people putting on orange that day. It brings them, why do you have on orange today? Why does everybody in the community have on orange? I got asked that several questions. Why you got on orange? And my shirt had my son on it and do right every day. So this is why I walked, to make you aware of what's going on in the community.
Yeah, I had a couple of Allie's friends have their jobs and places, their, I guess the weightlifting classes or whatever, and they sent me pictures and posted on Facebook wearing orange. And then I had some friends in Australia that also did the same. And
Shout out to everybody that wore orange that day.
because this is a world thing. This is not just a Louisville, Kentucky thing. Everybody is dealing with this in different aspects. We have a whole lot here in Louisville, and Australia doesn't have. Little parts of Australia doesn't have as much. So it happens around the world. It's just more right now. We're just.
We have our fair share of
Yeah.
what's going on.
Unfortunately, Louisville, Kentucky, is in one of the top five cities of gun violence. And we was going to start on our show counting the days we did not have a shooting.
But we can't get.
Unfortunately, we can't get to day 2. It's every other day. We wait, we pray. Like, hopefully today will be day 1 and tomorrow we can do day 2. So we're trying to count the days because our Lexington is close to us. They celebrate 100 days of no shootings. So that was a great thing for them. Louisville, we want to get there. We're going to get there. We're going to speak this into existence. We're going to get there.
Well, in current news, we have, even on last night, had, shootings that were violent enough to take a life. We watched the news the other day, and even on broad daylight in a restaurant, a manager gets shot for
Somebody not wanting to pay a bill.
The other day, a 16-year-old child was found in a field by a school with gunshots.
fatal gunshot.
Fatal gunshots.
It's been an awful June. I will say that, very much so. It's kind of almost back to the 2020, 2021 era in June, like where it was really high. Kids are getting out of school, they don't have anything else to do, and yeah, they're getting in trouble instead of.
Absolutely.
But there is organizations that do have, like the ACE program. They just started their summer program.
I'm actually a facilitator.
I was gonna say, Elgina can tell you more about that. She is a facilitator in that.
What I'm noticing is ACE is doing a lot of lifting, and we could use a bunch of support. It's only one ACE project, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so there's only so many slots that we can fill, and some of the opportunities families just don't take advantage of. And wonderful programs like this go away because of non-participation.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have waiting lists because we fill the list up believing that everybody that said they wanted to participate will participate. And the day of, we're short of everyone that signed this list and this agreement that they will show up. And then we got kids that are at home bored and could definitely get into some mischief because they didn't have that opportunity. So on one hand, we're saying it's not enough of us, meaning the support for the children, and then we don't have enough of the families actually doing the follow through.
Yeah.
To make sure that this program is in place. We promise to be there every day, and we have curriculum, we have everything designed for your child to not only come and be somewhere for, the whole day, 9 out of 10 for free. We just want them to show up and appreciate, the initiative that has went forward. There's so many kids in my neighborhood. I left this morning at 8 o'clock, and when I get back home, they'll be outside just running the same ragged, and for however many hours, 10, 12 hours, they just been idle all day long.
And to say to the parents that don't know about these, we hope that you look up things in your community. There is,
Yes.
it's not just the ACE, but we are part of ACE, so we're going to tell you about ACE. The moms are starting a program with their organization.
Pivot.
There is local
DAG.
YMCA's. DAG is starting
DAG.
something. There's different organizations that are doing different things for the youth. So if this one is full, there's another opportunity close to you.
Yeah, look in your neighborhoods that you are in, because there is multiple organizations, nonprofits who are out here trying to help make a change.
Absolutely, and then it's easier said than done, but even if the parents have the capacity to take out, a couple hours a day each day of this summer and actually connect and spend time, not just be present, but be the present. Give your child your undivided attention and spend some catch-up moment just learning about one another. It'll do a world of difference. If you just say, hey, you want to come and split a sandwich with me? Let's sit outside under the tree and let me tell you about my day and you tell me about your day.
No cell phones.
No
just
cell phones.
Put the phones down for maybe an hour.
Yeah,
Like she was
unplug
suggesting,
and
go outside.
taking a walk together. It doesn't have to cost you anything but time.
Mhm.
And time is priceless, and your kids will never forget that. You invested those moments into their life, and you imparted something that they will be able to have instilled in them because it was quality time. And that's what a lot of families lack. And guess what? If you're not being the leading legend in their life, they're going to look for a legend. They're going to look for somebody that they can look up to. And a lot of the times it's that roughneck outside because he has respect, he has money, he has the cars, the jewelry, all the friends that make him look very appealing.
Yep.
And that's how scenarios end up happening and forming. And then we get the breaking news, and then we get the sad
the
story.
family, the story,
Yeah.
then the mothers and parents. After everybody's, after a few months after the funeral, everybody stops calling and checking on you. But some of these mothers, like our sister Sharita, Sharita just finished up her going to court. She still has one more court trial, but that was almost 5 years ago. So it doesn't just stop the day of the funeral or the few months after. It's supporting her sisters, going through court. Cindy's still going through court.
60 months later.
Gina unfortunately hasn't had her time in court, and we hope that, we're going to demand that we get your time in court,
I
Gina.
demand it.
She has sat with me, and my court has ended, but it's just supporting our sisters too through that. I know it's a lot about the youth, but sometimes we need support, and I think all of us and other sisters have supported our sister in court this week, like outstandingly.
Either being there in court,
Being there, dropping off
food.
gifts, like
Whatever it looks like to support, support doesn't have a wish list. It is that I wish that you didn't have to go through this.
Yes.
And whatever you would have wished for yourself when you were in this situation, that's how you support somebody.
and it
Just
doesn't have to
doing
be financial.
No.
A text message is free. Just calling, I'm thinking of you during court. I received some of those of the people who couldn't come, and those little words of encouragement meant a lot to me.
Send a funny meme because we need to laugh.
Mhm.
You know, I think about that all the time. I have a girlfriend who always sends me the funniest ones, and then I open it up always at the moment that I need a really good
Mhm.
laugh. So those always help because they take and I always say laughter heals. You know, so
Right.
I enjoy my laughter. I'm glad that I can laugh again. To be
Mhm.
honest.
I know that we're gonna take this conversation into a second um, set of just thoughts and ideas. We always get on the couch and make sure that we are just speaking about something that is relevant to us, that we have real life experience in. Nothing is scripted or rehearsed. A lot of the times we've decided that our conversations are so organic that we just go with the flow. And we would like to take this time to ask all of our on viewers, what conversations would you like to hear us have?
Right.
Who
Have
would
we
you
got
like?
any questions on
Yeah.
that since we've been live?
Who would you like to see us offer a seat on the couch? Would you like to see our mayor or some of our senators? Would you like to have conversations where people are telling their testimonies and their um, trial information? Like, we want to make sure that this is something that you continue to want to tune into. You've heard a lot from us. I think we've been doing this a complete year.
Mm-hmm.
We've been doing this a year, and so many truths have just come forward out of our own just testimonies, and we've learned so much about one another. But this is for us, for you.
Yes, we want
We are
to help.
healing as we release our information, our truth, and we're trusting that this is helping somebody else. So, as we were in the car, Cindy and Lisa, the conversation starts. Cindy and I are always in the car together first, and then we pick up Lisa. And it's just crazy how three realities can be happening at one time. And we can be fine and fragile. Being fine and fragile for so many reasons. Being a grieving person that is a caregiver was the topic of today's discussion, and how compound grief really looks. It's not always death. It is just the depletion of something that really just takes you away from being your original best version of yourself.
Or the person they knew before it happened.
Absolutely.
Because most of us go before the death and after the death.
Yeah.
And that's that day that Lisa everybody knew died with Dre. I'm still Lisa, but things change. Mentally, I've changed. Physically, I've changed. Like, it took a blow. It's a hard blow to take, and we have all changed. And I know us three talk about. She says before AJ and after Ali, before Dre, after Dre. So that's how we get our ages of how we are like now in our healing process.
I'm still sick.
I'm 4.5.
I'm the big girl in the group. I'm 11 years old, but it doesn't help because in the 11 years I've suffered even more loss, not to gun violence per se, but losing so many vital pieces to my life puzzle. My brother, he passed away suddenly. It felt like homicide because diabetes took his life, and we don't talk about the other parts of compound grief. We start settling in with the reality of what has happened to one loved one, and then here comes grief again, and it wants to really just drown you in all of this sorrow.
Sometimes people say, oh, you're just settling, you're not doing what you used to do. Sometimes settling is fine because you need that energy to rebuild.
Yeah, settling can be safe sometimes.
You might settle that you haven't decorated your room for 4 years, but all of a sudden you have the urge, I need to just sit and think about and cry and grow from this, where I could actually function and really care if something was on the wall. Because, I can't tell you how you're going to feel, and I hope nobody ever feels this way losing a child, but it's hard.
I don't even like to say it's hard anymore because what is hard? What isn't hard?
Right.
Right.
I
I mean,
began to
life is
challenge myself with that. What it is it's frustrating.
Mhm.
Losing or having your child taken, it's frustrating because what we've been saying, the before and the after, my mind wants to still move with my child forward. And every time I think about the death of my child, it puts me in a pause because I have to stop at 2015. There is no going forward with any more memories. And so that's where the frustration comes in. Why don't I get a son that gets to get married or gets to give me a grandbaby? Why? He was not sick. He was not injured. He should not have had life to happen to him the way that he did. So I believe the frustration comes in. And so I battle with myself because I am grateful for the 19 years, the 3 weeks, in the one day. However, I want more, and more is not allotted to me. And so I have to move forward with the what if or he should be. You know, those are the phrases that we talk, how we speak about our loved one now. If he were here,
Right.
I imagine he would be doing this, this, and this.
I hope another mother, and I said this in my little speech I did about a month ago. Another mother doesn't have to talk about their child in the past tense.
Mhm.
Like Dre would have been 29 on his birthday. No, your child, my baby should be 29. He's almost 30.
Especially when you have markers of, like you said, you had Allie's friends walking with you and putting on orange for her. You're like, Allie's friends are wearing orange for her. What? It's crazy.
And I watch them. Like I stayed friends with them just because.
Me too.
I,
They call me mama.
I mean, yeah, they bring me Mother's Day gifts or
Mhm.
send me flowers on my birthday or I
Mhm.
mean, just the little bittiest things that mean so much because you still love my child and you're still loving on me, even after it being 6 years. And a lot of people go away and
They
you know,
do.
all of
They
her
do.
friends are not as, you know, as present because she's not present anymore.
Mhm.
But I have that handful of kids. Allie had friends since elementary school
Mhm.
that were still her friends. And these girls I've known since they were little, and I've watched them grow and blossom into these beautiful young ladies and beautiful men. And, you know, staying on the right track and becoming multiple things and putting different hats on and living life. And I just know that would have been Allie. And she would have been right there with them doing the same thing. And so I continue to watch them grow because it makes me feel like I'm watching Allie grow.
I
Dre.
totally understand.
Yeah,
that.
Dre has basically 2 good friends in Ohio, but there's one of his good friends that every Mother's Day, my Dukes, you know how the kids are, my Dukes, Happy Mother's Day. I know it ain't from Dre, but I know Dre would have, you know, been the first to call you. They knew Dre was the first to call me and my family, you know, with the kids. You know, there's always a competition, who calls mom first or whatever. So I'm appreciative for them, but even like you said, after 11 years, you still need support sometimes because we carry it like a mask. Like that commercial with that mask, sometimes we carry a mask where we look, we look fine, but no, we're not. Sometimes the personal calls that we have, I might just call her and say, hey, what are you doing? I'm doing here, I'm like, just stop and breathe. And she'll actually stop and breathe. And then the next day, at least I really needed that 5 minutes. Like, just think of, you know, the people.
I believe the caregiving part. There's so many extra roles outside of a mother of a murdered child. We have the role of being an advocating voice for our deceased loved one. That's going to be for the rest of our life. And then we have the role as mother because that child was not our only child. So caregiving and nurturing on a whole nother level after grief. Some people might say, you change, you acting funny, you mean. We're burnt out. We are trying to continue to go forward.
Completely empty, pouring into
Right.
somebody else's
Yeah.
cup.
Pouring
we
it
still
to
have all those
others
hats on.
from a cracked glass.
Because you just touched on a few. You're still a daughter, you're still a wife, you're still a friend, you're still an employee if you work, or you're self-employed. You still got to deal with clients. So all that,
We need
You
to
build
learn boundaries and capacity. Those are the two biggest gifts to yourself that you can give as a grieving heart. Boundaries, capacity.
and don't feel like your self-care, maybe
I was ready to say
that's
self-care.
10 minutes of time that you just want to be, you might not physically do anything, you might just sit there and quiet. Take that 10 minutes out. You know, if you have to go in the other room and just you need it. If you need it, don't feel like, oh, well, I should be doing this in 10 minutes. No, you need that 10 minutes of a long
And if that
time.
10 minutes isn't enough, start the clock over. And do
Right,
another
just
10.
do another 10 if you need to, whatever time you need. Okay, now I can go and do this, this, and this.
I appreciate jobs now, for the majority. They're giving mental health days.
Mhm.
They are now understanding because life had to happen to somebody's boss.
Mhm.
They go, whoa,
Right.
it happened to me and I wasn't ready. I can't recover in 3 days. I'm gonna need some time because grief will happen without your permission. And they're working it into the hiring packages that you get to use these personal self-care days. Now, I recommend that anyone that has those rights affiliated with their position, take the time. Take the time. If you have vacation days piling up so far in your bank,
Take the time.
take
your
the
time.
time.
So when I worked, I'm not going to name the company, but I worked for a well-known company, and I was a manager in the company. You know, going through all the rules, the one thing I remember that hit me before my son, was murdered. Don't worry about anything in the store. Everything in the store is insured except for your life.
That's good.
And I've seen people pass away at that job, and then before the funeral arrangements are made, the job has posted. So these jobs, and I understand your frustration, you need to keep a job, but use your personal days, use your vacation days. It's these corporations.
Even if you do a staycation,
Right.
change the way that day looks. If you normally get up at 8 o'clock in the morning and get started, slow down. Slow down, sleep in, take your time, let the water in the shower run on you a little longer.
Shake it out.
Shake it.
That's what I've been doing. I mean,
Even if
my
you need to
anxiety is
scream it out.
just-
I like being loud. I like throwing things. We did one meeting where we threw plates. I enjoyed that. Then I helped co-host a meeting with Elgina and another sister, Miss Nicole, where we just screamed it out. So I'm looking forward, and that's going to be in place for what we do. Where we just throw things. Like nobody gets hurt, just throwing things to get some of your frustrations out. Because we really can't, we don't want to hurt the person who did this, and we can't, well, some of us do, but we can't get to the problem of who's causing this pain. We have to trust them on our higher powers.
And I will say that, and I probably said this before, but when I was younger, this is when I was just a single mom with my 3 kids. I was in my 20s, and eggs wasn't that expensive back then. You know what I'm saying? You could get a whole big old thing for less than $1. I used to throw eggs in my bathtub when I was angry and I needed to hear that crash or have that, I threw eggs in my bathtub. It is the easiest thing to clean up, and you just water and soap in the bathtub, that was my go-to. That was before we ever even broke plates or anything like that.
Well, after the plate breaking experience, I personally collected some empty bottles and stuff in my house, and I went somewhere and just threw them and broke them.
Yeah.
So that helps me to just relieve it out. So
My
relieve
stepmom
it out, throw it out.
My bonus mama lives behind the railroad track, and we used to throw bottles onto the railroad track and listen to them crash.
I would rather for us to do those things than to actually crash and burn ourselves.
Right.
And that's the thing. I'm about to crash out.
I'm about to crash out. My cup is completely empty. I have nothing to give anybody else or myself right now. Like, that's exactly how I'm feeling today.
Thank you for your honesty.
Right.
It's been hard. I've been taking care of my husband since 2020. 6 months after we lost Allie, my husband got COVID and almost died. And he has long haulers COVID, along with some other medical problems that have popped up because of that. And I have been taking care of him, working, and trying to be the best version of myself, healing myself, doing shadow work and everything. And I'm just completely burned. I have nothing else to give right now.
And Cindy, I love you for being honest with this, but you've actually been a good friend too, because through all that, you still answer my phone calls, and you'll respond to me. Just, hey, we got another viewer. While we're speaking of that, y'all subscribe to our podcast, please do so.
Right. Like, share.
Subscribe.
I think that that's really powerful, what you're saying. You're burnt out, but you're still a blessing to so many other people. How can we work through you not having to be at that I don't have anything else to reserve in something for you?
Rest and self-care. That is all there is to refill my cup, you know.
What does your
It's self-care.
and self-care look like? What do you do so that they can kind of have an idea on
I
how to
will
help
say
yourself?
that the last week I've done nothing but sleep a whole lot. And if you're falling asleep, let your body fall asleep. Don't not, because when you're asleep, your body does a lot of healing on its own. And then when I've been very, very angry. I've got a lot of stuff going on with trial too, so I've been really, 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 really angry. And so those last 3 days, I've been waking up like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and going outside and just shaking my arms, shaking my hands, shaking my head. And then after I release it all that way, I'm tapping on my chakras, telling myself, I'm okay, I'm here, I'm okay, and I can make it through this. I've done it the last 6 years. I've done it the last 47 years, let's be real. And these last 6 years have been the hardest, and I've come out of it, and I know that I can push through this too. I just got to make sure that I take care of myself first, so that I can have the energy and the capacity to take care of somebody else.
Thank you for sharing that.
What do you do, Gina, when you feel like you're at the limit?
I unplug. I don't like to impose. I don't like to bother anybody. I definitely retreat into myself. I'm a Scorpio, and we are the left side, and so if something is
Sorry, girls.
We're
into
both Scorpio.
my life that is bigger than me, and it consumes me, I will wrestle with that thing intimately. And so I do a lot of unplugging from people, unplugging from activities, unplugging from routine, social media, because I need to recharge my battery. And I do rest. I can go into a sleep coma. My body instantly just craves sleep, because at sleep I'm at complete peace. Nothing bothers me in my dreams, and so I love to heal by sleeping. A lot of people say that's depression. That's this. No, that's actually self-care for me. Because when I go. If you all know me personally in real life, I hold down at least 7
to 10.
17 occupations. I'm a facilitator, cosmetologist, a small business, illustrator, all these things.
Author.
They need the me that I may not have the capacity to give. And so everything must
Unplugged.
pause until I get back into the position mentally, physically, spiritually, that I can offer the version of me that title deserves. Sometimes it's a week, sometimes it's a day,
Yeah.
couple hours or whatever I need, I take it.
Here recently, we've been, me and my significant other Jimmy have been having painting sessions in our home, just me and him. Like,
So,
we'll make little rules, silly rules. We can only use these colors and just go for what you know, however it turns
I
out.
like that.
I am like Gina, Scorpio, and we become recluse sometimes. And sometimes that's even in my house where I just go in a different room and sit there for 30 minutes. I try to be more thankful now of the little things that people do for me and the things that I don't even know they do until, it's like, hey, they're not telling me they wanted to let you know, hey, I did this for you. And I've been watching Miss Brenda on Wednesdays. I always try to tune into her on Wednesdays. And that Wednesday, that hour, if I can watch the full hour, that's my time to just listen to what she's saying and reflect. And she taught me how to be say some words in the correct order of her prayers. Like, I am very thankful for all the little things people do for me. I may not be financially to repay you or do the same thing you did, but my God is bigger and will bless you more for doing those things. So I'm learning to be more appreciative. Oh, my rose bush is messing up right now, but it still bloomed 2 flowers. So even though it's having a rough time, it still is producing the beautiful fruit. So I'm just taking more time out, being very appreciative of the small
that's
things.
the only thing that has kept me for 11 years, gratitude.
Yes.
If you want to be bitter, baby, bitter will bust you down. Because you can find bitter.
I mean, you keep bitter as negativity, and you
Yeah.
keep negativity around you, the energy, everything's gonna stay negative.
And
Because you're
I've
manifesting it.
expressed with you all, I woke up one day and I said, I'm going to be mad all day.
Mm-hmm.
Did it make me feel better? No.
No,
I was mad and complaining over this isn't sitting right. Why is it moving that way? Why am I mad at a box?
That's when I know I'm at my max, when little things like that is
Right.
picking
So,
at me.
I'm not going to choose to be bitter and angry no more on a day. I actually said, I want to just be mad. I'm just going to let all the negative, and that was not good for me that day. I had a worse day, not bad day.
So I think that we have just had, a round table discussion, or a square table discussion. About just what it looks like to just be the person that is living life in its full scope. Nobody really wants you to see them come undone or admit that they're at their wits' end. But if we don't start telling the truth, and if we don't deal with grief, our grief is going to deal with us.
Right.
And we don't want to shut any other person out of our lives. We don't want to ruin any relationships that we have going on presently. But there's a give and take, and there is a maximum, and there is true burnout, and there is capacity and boundaries that have to be in place just so that we can continue to run this race of this new normal journey.
And I would like to say, when Cindy, you had your moment there, and this is for the viewers. Did you notice me and Elgina did not pick up these tissues and move them at all close to her? Because she needs to let it out sometimes. Us doing that would say we didn't want to see your tears today.
Right.
Yeah. Or it was
uncomfortable for us. I mean, it's always uncomfortable for me when anybody cries, but sometimes you need to let it out. So that's another thing that the viewers could see, that we also just don't say it, we actually practice it in our daily lives. That was an emotional time for her. They're right here in her hands reach if she needs them.
And that's her saying what she needs instead of us assuming. Because assuming makes an ass out of you and me.
Always, it always will.
Did you happen to get any numbers today, or is that still difficult?
It's still very difficult, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't even wanted to look up the numbers because they're so awful. At the walk, I was like, maybe I should start putting it up there every day. But then it was making me sick to my stomach at how much violence we had this week. Like it was something or last week. It was something absolutely crazy.
And it's very triggering too when you keep hearing every day, every day, a murder, a death, a murder, a death, a murder, a double death, a murder, suicide, then somewhere else somebody died walking down the street. You know, it's a sad time.
Yes, it is. And while I'm sitting here looking at this, I want to also say again, if you all have anything you would like for us to talk about, if there is any questions that you all have, please put them in the comments. We will go over them. We'll reply to you on
The
the
next-
comments.
On
But we will
comments and
also bring it-
acknowledge on the next live.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we'll also talk about it on the next live.
Mhm.
And if you want to be a part of this, you want to come sit on the couch with us, always remember it is open. It's every other Monday. I understand how hard it is to come and sit. This is not me at all. Anybody who knew me in high school would have never thought that I would be sitting on this couch talking to anybody in front of a non-live audience, a live audience, anything, because this is the after alley that we talk about.
Right.
And so I understand people being hesitant to come and sit on our couch, but we are here
There's
to
room.
support
We will
you.
squeeze you in.
Yeah, right now we're a little squeezed in, but we're here to support you, and we're here to get your story out. We're here to allow you to talk about your child where you don't feel, I don't know what word I want to use, but you don't feel like you're pushing it on somebody else. Because I know, like myself, I don't talk about Allie a lot with people because I feel like I'm pushing my sadness, my depression, my grief onto somebody else. But here you can come and do that on this couch, and nobody is gonna think anything. We're not gonna say anything harmful to you. We're gonna be here and be
Oh
supportive.
no, this
of
is
you.
a very supportive, this is a safe couch, a sister couch,
Yeah.
a brave couch where you can be brave to say what you need to say on here.
Okay, so up to date numbers. Here we go. It's sad, guys. Yeah, see, I'm still having problems. I don't know why. On my tablet, which is what we're recording on, I can hit it, but on the phone, it doesn't allow me to. So, again, Louisville Metro Government, y'all need to change this website because it's making it hard for me to get our dates. And it was very, very easy at one point just to click on it and go. And it's not even oh, wait a minute, here we go. Okay, I got it. And I'll let it load. And if anybody's looking at it, if you go to LouisvilleKentucky.gov and you go to year-to-date balance tablet, and that is how you find it. That's not what it used to be called. We are at 41 victims as of today. Right now, non-fatal, we have 94, which means 94 people have been injured due to gun violence. And then, well, now it must be stupid. We have over,
I can't see it either. I was
Okay.
trying to look it up a different way.
over 1,800 gunshots.
The shot spotters.
The shot spotters. So, yeah, these numbers are.
So before we end, I'd like to just have a moment of silence
Yes.
for all of us, our city. Just have a moment of silence for all this violence going on.
This is the time when you really can let your shoulders extend. Take, like Cindy said, shake off your hands. Because energy gets trapped in your body and it starts to cause a dis-ease. And a dis-ease can cause disease. And so when you see and feel that negative energy rising up in you, you want to take that pause and extend your fingers straight out. That starts activating nerve endings to open up and let the blood flow in your hands, because we hold a lot of the pain in our hands. In our hands, We hold the grief in our necks. They get stiff.
Yes.
And you want to just move your hands and your head around. Stomp your feet on the ground. Because that's getting your bearings. That's bringing you back to a balance. And make an audible sound come from your body.
Release.
Releasing.
Yeah.
Audibly releasing
It's
with
letting some
sound.
negative energy out of your body.
It may sound weird. You may need to go to the bathroom. You may need to go in the closet. You may need to go upstairs, outside, but whatever. Don't keep it in. Don't do grief alone. And if you need help, ask for it. There's mental health therapists. There's the 888 number. There's the
988.
There's
988.
no shame in
There's
getting
no
help.
shame. You can have both. You can have your pride and a professional to speak to. They go hand in hand.
Yes,
Because
they do.
if you come undone, you're not going to be the professional that people saw you for. And if you suffer in silence, you know that you're not representing the professional that you are. So you meet yourself in the middle. And the compromise is not compromising who you need to be because of something that you're scared to do.
And
Please
even,
get help.
right, even if it's not a professional, look in your community where there's support groups that have like-minded things that happen in your life experience, so you can go and talk to other people who've experienced, you know,
If
the
you're
same
in the
thing.
Louisville area every other Monday in person, we have session, actually this Monday, if you're here in Louisville, Kentucky, you can meet us at 6 o'clock. We're going to talk, we're going to connect, and we're going to support one another. And we, like every time that you come and sit with us, we appreciate this time today. Not only because you showed up for yourself, but because we showed up for ourselves.
We appreciate our viewers right now who are watched. I saw we had 2 that was watching through it all.
And if you don't
Thank you.
mind, just leave where you're tuning in from. If you see this on the replay, put replay, because we would like to know, like, what hours, you know, are our listeners tuning in. And we always end with something motivational. And Cindy kind of starts us out, and we end with Lisa or myself. And so, however, which way we want to go today, let's.
Go ahead, Cindy. Keep it
Allie,
rolling.
Allie had tatted triple L's on her for her best friend, and most of their childhood, I always live, laugh, and love. I always used to say it constantly. So now that Allie is gone, my triple L's are live, not just survive, but you gotta live too. We want to laugh because it's contagious and healing, and we want to love one another, not forgetting yourself.
And I'm Anthony, AJ's mom, and my son was a people person. And so I decided at his casket that I would not be bitter, that I was going to be better, and that I'm going to be an advocate and voice for him. And so I live on purpose with purpose to provide professional self-care and connection with learning and unlearning the behaviors and some of the woes that come with grief. Because I always ask in my session, who taught you how to grieve? And the answer is no one. So I want to dispel that, because we can learn how to grieve and grieve well.
And I'm Lisa, and I'm Andre's, this Andre Scott Jr.'s mother. His name is Dre. And I always say, just do right every day. Be somebody's light. Be humble.
And so, as always, thanks for tuning in. Until next time,
Peace.
we are here for you. Just tune in and watch a session.
And please go to the
Subscribe.
comments and go to subscribe. We want to interact with you. Thank you.